Welcome to the second virtual cooking club part of our series with the Missouri Beef Industry Council. Thanks for joining us. We are excited to talk all things beef and also feature a fun and quick, simple recipe that you can enjoy. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Luella Gregory. I'm a contractor to the Missouri Beef Industry Council, and I'm honored to be with you all today because I love to talk food and farming. Just a few things about me. As you can see in the top corner, that is my grandma Luella, who I am named after. She grew up on a farm in the 30s and was a wonderful cook, but also very engaged in the farm, both on the cattle side and crop side. So her love of cooking and farming is something that I hold dear. And also my son in the bottom picture, who is bottling a calf. He is the seventh generation to be involved in production agriculture. And so farming and the story of food is something that is very personal to our family and goes back many generations, just like many farm families across the country who really put into practice their passion, a legacy, and all of those things as they raise today's food source. All right, so quickly, what is the Missouri Beef Industry Council and how are we supported? We are supported by the Beef Checkoff. The Beef Checkoff program is a national marketing and research program designed to increase the demand for beef at home and abroad. And so we are directly supported by farmers and ranchers in this great state to help us push that demand of beef. So we appreciate all of our farm families who raise quality beef that end up on our plate. So we are directly, our organization is directly supported by 50,000 farmers and ranchers in Missouri who raise that quality beef. A lot of people don't realize that Missouri is a strong beef state. In fact, oftentimes we are ranked second or third in the number of beef cows, falling just short of Oklahoma in some years. And so, lots of farm families across our state and lots of cattle farmers and ranchers, again, who are raising quality beef that ends up at a restaurant, the grocery store, on our plate, but ultimately all, hopefully, ends up in our bellies. So, Missouri is home to around 45,000 cattle farms and as I mentioned, second or third in the number of beef cows. So here's just a few of the faces behind our beef product. And as you can see, a family affair for sure, and multiple generations that are involved in raising beef. So again, that's something that we're passionate about. And these three are just three of many across the state who are raising beef, getting up every day and making their cattle a priority. One of the things that I'd love to share about beef production is the wonderful story that we have to share about beef and nutrition. The benefits of beef are wonderful. And such a small package, beef really does provide when it comes to essential nutrients and things that help our bodies function at their best. So we always like to say beef's big 10. And the benefits of beef include iron, choline, protein, vitamins B6 and 12, zinc, phosphorus, and more. B vitamins and beef help us get the energy to tackle busy days, as I know many of you tackle your busy day. Also, don't be left unsatisfied because actually a serving of lean beef can provide us half of our daily protein, which is one of the most satisfying nutrients for our bodies, keeps us full, and supports our active lifestyle. I want to switch gears to Beef It's What's for Dinner. Beef It's What's for Dinner, a brand that you may have heard of um, in decades ago on TV broadcasts, but now is translated into the virtual space. And beefitswhatsfordinner.com is a wonderful resource for all levels of cooks and fits in whatever lifestyle that you have. So Beef It's What's for Dinner has cooking lessons, basics on how to cook roast, ground beef, other cuts of beef that you may not be as familiar with, but it is a wonderful resource to use and very practical information that can help support your cooking at home. So we would love for you to check out beefitswhatsfordinner.com, not only to learn about cooking, but also get inspiration with recipes. Again, Beef It's What's for Dinner also highlights different seasonal recipes, oftentimes depending on what the season is, but right now we have tons of collections based on warm weather as we're getting into summer grilling, a healthy, well-balanced plate, lean beef cuts, and affordable beef cuts for families. So again, practical, easy to follow recipes that you can enjoy at home with your family or on the go, all at beefatswhatsfordinner.com. Another resource that Beef It's What's for Dinner has developed for everyone to enjoy is Chuck Knows Beef. And you can ask Chuck all things beef, including cuts of beef, nutritional profiles. Hey, I have this in the freezer. What do I want to cook for dinner? All the way to production and other things. So we like to say, ask Chuck all things beef. And you can check chuckknowsbeef.com. And you can also utilize them in your home device. Speaking of Chuck, we're going to talk about ground beef today, and we're going to share a really simple recipe that is quick to get on your table in 30 minutes or less, has few ingredients, but also is fresh, light, and fun to cook at home. So we're going to do a beef and asparagus pasta. So let's get cooking. Hey guys, so now we're in the kitchen. We're to the good stuff, right? Cooking up that beef and enjoying it with our families. We are at Coleman Appliance in Jefferson City. So if you're centrally located, stop in and see them. We appreciate their hospitality. We are also enjoying this wonderful induction cooktop that I have enjoyed while I'm here. So thanks to them. Also, we are cooking up something that's really simple and can get on your table in less than 30 minutes. So we're doing a beef and asparagus pasta. And every time I shop for this recipe, I think this is so simple. I need to get this back into the rotation at home because it's really easy to fix, it's quick, and few ingredients. So let's go over our ingredients of what we need today. We're gonna do 1 pound of lean ground beef, 3 cups of bow tie pasta. We're gonna do a pound of asparagus, and you're gonna cut that into a couple inches to have that ready to add to your pasta. Also a tablespoon of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of shallots, and you're gonna chop those up. Also a tablespoon of minced garlic and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. So as you can tell, few ingredients. And what I like about this recipe, it's not a very heavy pasta sauce. It's got that garlic and olive oil dressing. So it's light, it's quick, it's easy to make. So I've already cooked my ground beef in a skillet. You're gonna wanna cook ground beef about 8 to 10 minutes until it is cooked through. Ground beef needs to be cooked 160 degrees internal temperature. As you know, ground beef is so versatile. On beefitswhatsfordinner.com, there are tons of great ground beef recipes. If you're like me and busy through the week, ground beef is your friend. Pop it out of the fridge or freezer, and you can get tons of really great meals on the table. So we've got our ground beef, we've cooked it, we've drained it. You're going to cook your pasta about 8 to 10 minutes, but just until it's lightly tender. You don't want to overcook your pasta because then it becomes mushy. And in the last 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to add our asparagus to get it tender. So as I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of passionate farm families across the state who are raising quality beef that ends up on our plate. In fact, if you know, we'd love for you to share, comment below the video posted, even if you're tuning in later. What is the average herd size in Missouri? So average herd size in the state of Missouri, if you want to take a guess. We'll share your answers below, and we've got some fun prizes for winners if you want to play along. So please play along. Okay, what I also love about this recipe is that 1 serving provides us 41 grams of protein. To me, it is amazing for the amount of calories, typically 130 to 170 for a lean cut of beef. We're getting half of our daily protein and lots of essential nutrients. So you're getting so much out of that quality beef product, and that it's just such a dense nutrition product that keeps you full and helps support your active lifestyle. Okay. So I have this pasta cooking on the stovetop a little bit to get us underway. And what I'm going to do next, now that I have my beef drained, I'm going to add my olive oil back into my hot skillet. If you're like me, I love using olive oil for all kinds of things, veggies. One of the One of our favorite meals at home is cooking up steaks and cooking up some vegetables in olive oil, or roasting vegetables in the oven. Super simple, quick, easy to make, but full of good nutrition. So here I'm going to add my shallots, and I'm going to add my minced garlic into our oil. And we're going to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes until our garlic and our shallots are nice and tender. I wish you guys could be here in person. It smells really good. So yummy. Okay, so as you get these tender in the skillet, all you're going to do is then put all of your ingredients back together to make your pasta. So we have our shallots and garlic that's tender. We have our asparagus that's nice and tender in our pasta now, and we're going to add I'm going to add the ground beef back into our skillet. So good. What I love about beef too is so versatile, but it's also so delicious on its own. You really don't have to do a lot to it. Less is more. Ground beef, as I said, of course, you want to cook it through to that 160-degree temp. But if you're exploring other beef cuts, be sure to follow the directions and cook those properly so you can enjoy the deliciousness of beef. So I'm going to add my drained pasta and the asparagus back in. I wish you guys could smell and see all this at home. As the weather is getting warmer, everybody's starting to enjoy maybe getting outside to grill or do some other meals outside. Like I said, this with asparagus is really a nice spring meal because it adds some color. Also, that flavor is the asparagus that we like as we get into the spring months. All right, and we're done. So what I like to do with this pasta is prepare it with a nice spinach or another salad, and then you could even do some bread with it. But it's really filling, delicious on its own. 30 minutes or less. Super simple ingredient list. This is something that you should definitely add to your recipe rotation. So for more recipes and tips, visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Also, we hope that you tune in next time for our next cooking class. We're going to be getting into some summer grilling burger recipes. We'll also be celebrating May as Beef Month. So thanks for tuning in. Remember to check us out at mobeef.org and beefitswhatsfordinner.com. We'll see you next time.